everyone, this is Peak Entertainment and we're back again, and here now we have another video for you, and in continuing the tribute to the late great Gene Hackman, I will be taking a look back at some of his most outstanding movies within his career. And in this edition I will review the endlessly entertaining Vietnam action picture Uncommon Valor. Released back in December the 16th, 1983, it stars Gene Hackman in the lead, alongside Patrick Swayze, Fred Ward, Harold Sylvester, Tom Thomason and Robert Stack, and it was directed by Ted Kotcheff. Now, Uncommon Valor follows the setting of the Vietnam War within 1972, where a US platoon are under attack from Vietnam soldiers and are looking to evacuate the location. They do manage to escape, but unfortunately some of the squad get left behind to be captured. One of the soldiers is Frank Rhodes, the son to retired Marine Colonel James Rhodes. And after watching on TV with his wife the returning Vietnam soldiers and not seeing his son appear, Jason becomes compelled to find him, believing that he is still alive. Jason spends many years searching in Laos and also asking the US government for help, but after his efforts yield no results, he embarks to recruit the ex-soldiers of the war, many of whom were part of Frank's platoon, and their mission of course is to help rescue Frank and other potential prisoners of war. We then see Jason and his recruits spend several weeks training, acquiring weapons, finding obstacles in halting their mission. As well as this, each soldier brings their own dilemmas and traumas as their personalities continually clash with one another. The team eventually put it together to set about the dangerous rescue mission that could end up costing their lives. Now, when looking back at Uncommon Valor, it is a supremely fun, entertaining action movie that's so enjoyable from start to finish. It's every bit the fabric of the big-scale, heroic, masculine team-up action movie that was so quintessential within the 1980s. We get all of those compelling themes of righteousness, teamwork, testosterone, brotherhood, high stakes, all in one package, and it's absolutely fantastic. And this concept movie was perfected to exceptional levels right throughout the decade. Everything from the A-Team to the Rambo movies, Platoon, Predator, Missing in Action, I could go on and on and on. And Uncommon Valor is another prime example, giving you all of the escapism, adventure, gung-ho attitude and characters that you could ask for. And if you're an 80s movies fan like me, I'm sure you'll be smiling all the way through when watching this film. Running at a lean 105 minutes, the movie wastes no time in setting its plot, establishing the motivation of the main protagonist, all of the supporting characters, and then providing the spectacle at the end. It's another reminder in the focused, no-nonsense storytelling that made the movie so great during this era. And whilst being a Vietnam movie, at heart, this is a much more vivid action adventure rather than a detailed messaging or commentary on the war itself or what exactly happened. And that direction is definitely served best within this story. Now, Uncommon Valor works basically in 3 stages. The first stage being Jason establishing his mission and trying to get support. The second is where we see the crew training, as what I mentioned before, and the third being the all-out climatic final mission. And for me, the best stage of the film is indeed the second part, where we see the crew training, arguing, bonding and bantering back and forth. And the film really takes time to let these characters bounce off one another, understanding them, making you care about them. And they all appear to be very likeable and genuine and charismatic and honest. We look at this assortment of characters, all different ethnicities and cultures, and it's another reminder of how the 80s got diversity right. By just showing these personalities working together as they are, everybody is on the same equal status, without pushing any virtual signalling, something that modern day movies and culture really could learn from once more. Then get to the climatic mission, and the movie provides plenty of slam bang action set pieces, and in the pre-CGI era we get real explosions, helicopters and practical stunts, and again it just looks absolutely fantastic on the screen. We talk of all of the cast of actors who are absolutely great. For me, the most notable entries are Fred Ward's Withers, who suffers constantly from PTSD, Randall Tex Cobb's madcap sailor, providing plenty of humour along the way, and also seeing a young Patrick Swayze in one of his early roles as Kevin Scott, the young weapons expert who constantly has to fight for respect from the other recruits, who don't see them as one of their own because he didn't experience the war like they did. But as usual with all of the films that he's been involved in, the real heart of the story is Gene Hackman. In a lead role as Jason Rhodes, he provides that real authority, presence and conviction as a leader, and that just keeps the film on a solid base. And right throughout the story, you really feel his determination and resolve to find his son no matter what. Now the film walks a fine line into seeing both his hope and despair, and Hackman sells every single moment. In particular, we look at both the opening and closing scenes, especially when the truth is finally uncovered, and these moments really do carry an emotional weight, elevating the film to a satisfying level, and that practically is always the case when Hackman is involved in the lead performance. Now we talk of the film's release, and sadly Uncommon Valor wasn't a major success, only grossing around 30.5 million from a budget of around 11 million. Perhaps the late December release date didn't help for what is clearly a more crowd-pleasing summer action movie. But it was of course a huge part of that wave of Vietnam War films within the 1980s. We could constantly reel off the likes of Rambo, Platoon, Full Metal Jacket, Hamburger Hill. Hackman would go on to star in another entry within the later half within a decade in an also excellent Bat 21. Many of them were hits, but some of them were also misses in terms of commercial status, but that shouldn't detract or take away the absolute pleasure and viewing experience that Uncommon Valor presents. Again, it really is a time capsule back to that pure adventure and satisfaction that we would see within the 1980s, provided all of that fun and enjoyment. And definitely Uncommon Valor is a movie that's worth revisiting again and again. So there's my other thoughts and feelings when looking back at Uncommon Valor from the 1980s. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you have any other movies, television series, or any other topics with the pop entertainment and culture scene that you'd like to see me cover within the channel, then also let me know within the comments, and I will see if I can provide further commentary for you on that subject matter within the future. Please consider hitting like the subscription and notification buttons so I can provide you with more high quality content like this in the future. But that's it for now. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you very soon.